Hello, I'm Chuck Phillip with South Alabama Home Inspections, and welcome to another edition of Southern Home Talk. What we're looking at is an expansion tank that's mounted above this water heater. This is an electric water heater, but it doesn't matter if it's electric or gas. If you have a tanked water heater, then you should also have an expansion tank mounted above it. And the reason for that is because of the thermal expansion that goes on during the heating process of the water. And you may say, well, I've never had to have one of them before. Well, the reason you need one now is that most municipalities have a check valve at the meter, and so it'll only allow the water to flow one direction, and that's to your house. It will not go back the other way. And so when you have this thermal expansion going on in your water heater, it has no place to go but onto your plumbing. And this is the reason why some pipes actually fail in the wall, or it can be in the attic and also in the slab, is because I have measured pressures as high as 200 pounds per square inch on some of these expansion tanks. And so the way this actually works, it's got a valve up here at the very top. It's got a cap on it. Some of these may have a cap at the very top. And that's a Schrader valve. It's the same valve that's on your tire. And so we're going to check the pressure on it, see what it is. And so we're looking at 40 pounds of pressure, and we're going to go out and check the pressure on the water, which is on I got a gauge out there on the hose bib, see what the pressure coming in is. And so we're looking at 50 pounds of pressure. And that should be about right. That's usually where they set the regulating valve coming in, at around 50 psi, but it can vary between 50 and 60. And so now we know that this tank up here is about 10 pounds short of pressure, because whatever the pressure is coming into the house as far as water pressure is the same amount of air pressure that should be put on inside this tank. And they also recommend that you use a hand pump, like a bicycle pump, to put the air in here, since the air compressor can rupture this bladder. And so it does have a bladder pretty much where this seam is. It's a rubber bladder inside of here. So you have water on this side, and this bladder is designed to expand into this portion here to absorb the pressure. Now another thing as well, let's say you come up and put your air gauge on here and water starts coming out of this. That means this bladder has ruptured and failed. And I'm finding that these tanks only last about 3 to 5 years. And so that's why it's really important that you come out and test this tank. I say you should probably do it a couple of times a year to make sure that the bladder hasn't ruptured and that the air in this tank is balanced out with the water pressure coming into the house. And so anyway, I hope this has been somewhat informative to you. I'm Chuck Phillip with South Alabama Home Inspections, and thanks for watching.